Mobile television production facilities for this broadcast are made possible by a grant from Walmart. Walmart, with their location on the White Horse Pike in Somerdale.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Sterling High School for today's Colonial Conference matchup. Well, not Colonial Conference, but interconference matchup between the Pennsauken Indians against our Sterling Silver Knights. Sterling coming in, winning the last 5 games. We're going to go to our standings here. Paul 6 at 1-0 at the top, then followed by Woodrow Wilson, Camden, Sterling at 0-1. And then Penn Tech rounding things out.
Yeah, Sterling's only game so far in early season loss to Paul VI, an interconference loss. And looking at that conference, they're, really the 2 best teams in the conference. So that's going to hurt Sterling. They're going to play them again, obviously. Hopefully they beat them and maybe share a conference championship unless Paul VI slips up along the way. We don't have Pensauken's graphics. They're in the Patriot division of the BCSL. They are sitting at 0-1 in the Patriot division. They lost early on to Rancocas Valley. So that's where we are in this early season. And we were looking
at Pennsauken, and Matt, you had some interesting thoughts about just them as a team and their program.
Their head coach, Jack Killian, he's been coaching there for years, and he does a great job with them. And I don't know what they're like now. I don't know if they're good, if they're not so good, if they're down. They generally get a bunch of kids that don't play year-round.
Yeah.
So you're coming in with kids who are fresh without a lot of experience, but he does a great job with them, and as the season goes on, they get a lot better. So usually early on in the season, they're a little bit rusty, a little raw, but he gets them playing really well by the end of the season.
And I'm not sure if you're aware of this or not, but as far as this year with the whole COVID issue, volleyball obviously is a sport where kids play a lot at clubs in the off-season.
Absolutely.
Was there had to be a huge effect on that in the off season and how that's going to affect the different seasons?
I've been out of volleyball for a little bit, but I would imagine there's an effect on. These guys. I was talking with Coach Scully before this match. He told me his entire team is all sophomores and juniors.
Wow.
Well, they haven't played. They didn't have a season last year. So those juniors, the last time they played volleyball for Sterling, they were freshmen.
Yeah.
And the sophomores haven't played here.
And like we're saying, you're usually, you find out maybe about a class that's coming in. It's almost like in all sports, especially the spring sports, you're finding about 2 classes coming in. Like, you don't know much about the freshmen and sophomores. We know baseball had that issue. So just like the way everything's been, it's been a different year, but everybody's adjusting, and it's just great to be out here.
It is.
The bottom line.
Yep. That's interesting looking. So you bring the COVID in. Pennsauken, most of the players I can see on the court are wearing masks while they're playing. It's the first time I've seen that at a sporting event.
Interesting. I wonder if that's district driven. I know with all the different districts, there's a lot of different rules. I know with some districts, I know with us, if it's an outside sport, anybody can go, but some of the districts are saying it's just a parent going for an outside sporting event. I think some of the baseball teams have just parents allowed to go to the games. So,
okay.
I don't think there's any. Obviously, you can see here there's no uniform rule throughout South Jersey with volleyball and mass, but the rules are changing in a lot of ways from district to district.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as Mr. K points out, the tank tops on Pennsauken as well, except for the libero, who's going to start off serving. And number 4 has a red shirt underneath his tank top.
We're going to call the tank top guy just nickname him Tank?
I like it. I like it.
We'll call him Tank.
I like it. Sterling starts off with a net violation on Tyler Weatherby here. Sets a little bit close to the net, and he hits it on the way down.
Shoulder hit it on the way down, yeah. And they get to serve again. It's Pennsauken up 1-0. And they get right at the net there. Sterling doesn't have an answer.
Yeah, this set by Mike Hanna puts Jimmy Zagrino a little bit far away from the net.
Sterling right now struggling.
Yeah, struggling on that first pass. That right now Sterling runs a 6-2, which means they excuse me, they have 2 setters. That's Mike Hanna, number 10, brother of Danielle Hanna. I did confirm that before the match. He's their setter now. Jimmy Zagrino, they're playing right side right now. He's the other setter.
He's content right now to get this over if they do that. Wow.
Went through the rafters.
Good job by Jimmy Zagrino there. Zagaro. Here's a set right here to the middle, and it's going to go long.
Yeah, boy, they were fortunate because they were scrambling. You get Jimmy. This is where they score the point, but Jimmy Zingaro kind of sent that ball over and way up there through the rafters. He's fortunate didn't hit anything, and he's going to start off Sterling with serve here.
Garrow with a line drive serve. They're going to get the set. Good job by Sterling coming up there with the double block.
Yeah, not sure who's got that. Jake Mateo.
And Zagaro off to serve again. Here's a set. And they get the tap there. Salim Wright up there with the double block. So early on, Salim Wright has definitely been a force in the middle for Pennsauken, number 15.
Yeah, he's playing very well defensively.
And we have Anthony Wojciechowski on the serve for Pennsauken.
Pensauken's trying to substitute. They came on like they're doing a libero substitution. And then he came running off the court. Now, the libero substitution, the substitution can just run on behind the attack line here. And that's what this guy right here did, number 29. He came running on the court. The coach yelled at him to come running off the court because that would have been an illegal substitution. And now he's coming in for number 27. So they have to do that in front of the attack line here. Just another quirky volleyball rule there. How's that telestrator action there, Mr. Schultz?
This is yours, all yours on this one.
I'm going to be like John Madden here, a little boom!
You got to have booms. Although the young kids now wouldn't even get it.
They have no idea what I'm talking about.
Who's John Madden?
Outside here.
Over to Mateo. And Mateo buries that. Nice set there, set up by
I talk a lot about a good first pass. There's a good first pass right to where the setter is. He's able to push it outside. You get the kill, and they're late in getting the block over. They only had a single block on that outside. So very nicely executed by Sterling.
Kevin Stubbs coming off a fine wrestling season. They're going to get a set right there to number 11, Owen Wojciechowski. And Pennsauken gets the point to go ahead by 2, 5-3.
And that's that, you know, kind of like that tip to 4. They're double blocking that middle, just like we were talking about at that girls game that we did a couple weeks ago. Which, I don't know if you know, Pinelands won that tournament. The team that beat us.
Oh, wow, okay, they were good.
Yeah.
That was Salim Wright, who had a lot of success in his middle serving, and Pennsauken gets the point. Sterling just a little bit
well, there you go.
out of whack there.
Their middles are very active, and that's actually their right side that came over to the middle, so that spot was open. Or actually might have been their outside. Their outside hitter came over to block, so they look like they're double blocking the middle as well. So their outside hitter is coming over and blocking. So a tip to this area would work if they wanna try that.
This is Michael Miranda serving for Sterling. There's a tap. Boy, at first it looked like Saki Brown was going to get up and just bury it, but just had a nice soft hit.
Yeah, right down the line too.
Pennsauken getting the point. Wojciechowski is serving for Pennsauken.
There's that there's that libero substitution that they were confused with again. The coach is just throwing his arms up. He's like, I told him what to do. Well, that's a tough one, man. Those serves that just hit that net and roll over. Not much you can do about that. I've always said if I could teach this right here, I'd win a state championship every year.
Yeah. Here's the set over to Josiah Weck, and Weck is going to get the point for
nicely
Sterling.
executed by Sterling. And I know you're so tired of hearing me say a good first pass, but you see Jimmy Zingaro right there, the setter, number 2, didn't have to move for that ball.
Yeah.
So he could really, he could go wherever he wants to go.
Mike Hanna serving for Sterling.
Mike, I don't want to call you out there, but your sister clearly has a better serve than you.
Oh, no.
Danielle, you got to teach him.
Jimmy Zingaro
That almost landed in.
with a hard hit on that far side, and that led to Pennsauken hitting the
Watch
ball.
this. This is a nice hit on the outside. Now they dig it up, and that ball almost lands in.
Hanna again serving.
There's an overpass. You got to take advantage of this.
Jimmy Zingaro with the set to Josiah Weck. He just gets it over. They're going to get a set here to the middle. And a good job by Sterling with the double block there with Kyle and Jimmy Zingaro. That looked very well executed, Matt.
It was. They run an interesting offense here. I'm watching what's going on here, and there are 2 setters. Mike Hanna's their 1 setter who's serving. Jimmy Zingaro's their other setter, and he's right now in the outside hitter position, and he's staying there. So he plays an outside hitter in this rotation, which is you don't see that a lot.
And that was the same play we saw earlier that Brown came up, tried to get this. Sterling executed a double block, but not that time. He tapped it off to the right. This is 27. Billy Lee, a.k.a. Tank.
Oh, I thought they were all in tank tops. He's the only one in
No,
a tank top. Oh, they
I
all
think
have
there's
shirts
another
underneath.
one
Oh, I
with a
see.
tank top, but we called him Tank first, so he got the name. Nobody else can have it.
It's a nice pass by Tank.
A little bit of a turnaround there. Sterling's not able to handle it. Nice job by Anthony Wojciechowski from Pennsauken.
Wojciechowski, isn't that Monsters Inc?
Is it what?
Monsters Inc? Isn't that a character in Monsters Inc?
I'm not sure. You could be right.
Oh, Wazowski. Oh, he's the guy with 1 eye. Oh, well. Ooh, nice hit there. Nice and close. Left-handed hit by the right side hitter. It's number 8. You want to field that name, number 8 on Pennsauken? That's a tough little hitter there.
Brown with the
That
serve there.
was Mr. Schultz, Mr. K. Just saying.
A little bit of a swing and a miss. Strong got a break there to get their 10th point and draw within 1.
There's a libero, Paul Barton. Drop it back to serve.
There's the set over to right. Garrett gets up there, hits it in the net. Pennsauken gets the point. Had the set there.
Yeah, it's a good set. Now you see Jimmy Zingaro this rotation. That's a nice back set by Mike Hanna. He's hitting from the right side now, so he hits from different positions depending on the rotation. Jimmy Zingaro. Sometimes he's outside, sometimes he's right side. When he moves to the back row, he's the setter.
Here we have Anderson Hank for Pennsauken. Getting the point. We'll go back in there, get another shot at it.
Tyler Weatherby just couldn't get behind the ball here.
With a nice line drive hit there. Sterling's not really going to get a good set. Tyler Weatherby just taps it over. Come to the near side. Going to keep it in. Zingaro taps it over. They're going to get a pretty good set here over to Wojciechowski. He taps it, but I think
It's a second net violation on Sterling here.
Okay. Looked
See right here on the block attempt. Right there. That's Garrow on the net.
Without the net violation, nice job by Wojciechowski tapping it over to double block.
Weatherby ball almost hit him. He's trying to get out of the way. That serve's going out. He almost gets hit by the ball.
Nick Rattano over there.
Yeah, with the call.
Flags.
Nice call. The replay confirms it was a correct call.
One of our outstanding tech guys, cameraman. Wojciechowski with the hit over there. Weatherby comes up, taps it over. They're going to get a good set here to right.
Oh, they're letting a lot of double touches go here. I guess it's early on in the season. They're letting the setters, being a little lenient with the setters. Well, that ball's going out.
You always say, in reference to the setters, that's letting that go. You always, once you see that side rotation, you know.
Yeah, you can have a little bit, but the last Pennsauken one was spinning.
Right.
I think we had another net violation here on Sterling. Their third net violation of the first game here.
Anthony Wojciechowski serving for Pennsauken. Garrett's going to get the set back to Weatherby, and he just taps it over. But
I think the referee just heard me because he just called a double touch on Sterling. I actually didn't see it. See if I agree with it. Not sure I agree with that.
Between the net violations, Sterling's giving away a lot of points here. It's that one long.
They're asking for a touch. They think that the Pennsauken blocker touched this. The ball went out, clearly was out. Let's see if he got a piece of it. Double block is very late coming over. So, yeah, he may have gotten a piece of that.
Wojciechowski again serving for Pennsauken. Garrow gets the ball over to
Mike Miranda from the middle. Nicely executed.
Mike Miranda. Great job coming up in the middle and just burying that one.
And right over top of the block. Block was just a hair late. He went right over top of it.
Kevin Stubbs serving for Sterling. Wojciechowski with the set.
Oh boy, that was a double touch.
There's Miranda tapping it off to the right side, and Sterling's going to get the point.
Yeah, you're going to have a net violation here on Pennsauken. Right there. Yeah, middle. Salim Wright hitting the net on the block attempt.
Good serve there by Kevin Stubbs. Get to do it again. Wow, surprised he let that one go.
Indeed. I don't know if he thought it was wide or if he thought it was long. I mean, it almost landed where he was standing.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Stubbs again, serving.
I'll tell you what, I don't know if he's doing it intentionally, but that's 3 times he served to that spot. Pennsauken's going to call a timeout. I don't know if he's intentionally going after number 4, but he sure seems to be.
Yeah, would you have 3 consecutive ones go right there?
Yeah.
Well, good. A back and forth match as we look at our upcoming events. We're going to have lacrosse tomorrow, Wednesday. Girls lacrosse at 3:45 versus Collingswood. And you can see that on Channel 19 and on YouTube. So if you want to watch it, you're at work or wherever, you can just pop it on your phone and get all the action. Sterling girls lacrosse, of course, the boys lacrosse getting their first ever win the other day in overtime. Congratulations to the kids. Congratulations to Coach Clint Wiley.
So, Kev, the serving positions on the court, they number them. The server spot is 1, up front is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if you can serve to a spot, he might be telling them, hey, son, try to serve to spot 5. If you want him to serve to spot 6, you do a closed fist. But this is that 4 spot that I say sometimes is a tip to 4. If they're double blocking, that's the spot that's open. But he might be telling them to serve to position 5 because that guy maybe can't pass.
Right.
And that blows my theory there. But that's it. If you have a team that can serve to a spot, that's a hard thing to do.
Keep it going there. Wait, that's the net.
Mike Miranda jumped way too early. Went from right-handed to left-handed and ended up not getting over the net. But watch how early he jumps. He tries to hang like Jordan in midair there.
Just kind of hitting that into the net. We've seen a lot of that a little bit with both teams. I think it's an even game, but both teams really don't seem real sharp right now.
Right side,
as I say that, probably one of their better sets right there.
I'll tell you what, nice back set by Jimmy Zingaro, and then Mateo here from the right side.
Wow, really elevating.
I think a lot of that, though, Kev, might be what we talked about before the match. These guys haven't played in 2 years, really.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of stuff they could do in the off season. I don't think they did anything last year.
Yeah. As I said, this game has that type of feel to it, has that type of look to it.
Yeah.
So Stubbs, after doing a nice job serving, misses on that one, and it's going to go to right. Pennsauken, who's done a nice job today, and
that's Schul's jinx there.
That's a handoff of a point right there. They're the frustrating ones. As Strong goes ahead 21-18, really coming on here late on the heels of a great job by Kevin Stubbs serving. Wow. Good job by Sterling. Kyle Sipper there in the center.
Nicely placed there.
This is Miranda, again serving for Sterling.
There's a double touch called on Pennsauken's center.
They heard you over here.
That's right. I forget her name, but I think we're going to get a second timeout from Pennsauken. The up official was the girls volleyball coach at Ulma. When I coached, I forget her name. I feel bad. I forget your name, but
that's an all-girls school, isn't it?
It is an all-girls school, the sister school of St. Augustine.
Okay.
I believe.
Gotcha. Yeah, nobody's down a little further south.
There she is. I don't know if she still coaches there. I'm not sure. She used to coach at Ulma, so she at least knows volleyball.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's good. I'm sure you don't always have that with some referees. Not that we're going to set you up to
no comment.
Blast referees. Mike Miranda, who's done a nice job today, back at the serve position, strung up 23-18. There's a set over there. Great job with the double block, keeping that one alive. And Josiah Weck taps it over, and Sterling's going to get the point.
Yeah, a little beneficial there because not the attack they wanted, not a very strong hit, but Pennsauken's in the net here,
and
right there.
Miranda has a chance with Sterling to end game number one up 24-18. Just a giveaway. Not sure if it went off the side of his hand or what happened there. But Pennsauken down by 5 right now. Sterling still having a chance, obviously, to win this one with a point. Wojciechowski serving for Pennsauken. And Weck comes over. Pennsauken.
I'll tell you what, that's nice defense by Barton. He's able to dig that block out, but Pennsauken ultimately winning the points. A nice block. Barton's there to keep it alive.
Wojciechowski with the serve. Right there, just going to be content to get this one over. Pennsauken hits it long. Sterling gets the point and the win in game number one. 25-20. We're going to take a short break and be back with game number 2.
Dude, are you kidding? Pictures. Sean, what are you doing? Go to Redmond's office.
And we are back here for game number 2. Sterling pulling away late with a big win. And Matt, your thoughts about how things kind of transpired, especially at the end of that?
Yeah, I wanted to talk about that last point. That last point here. Now, this is called a free ball, right? Sterling's got, you know, they're scrambling a little bit. Actually, not. This is the whole play. So they set up here. All right, they get a good attack. Pensauken's able to block it. Oh no, this is the play before, is it? No, this is. I was talking about the play after that. So we had a free ball. Yeah, the one at the very end. We had a free ball that Jimmy Zingaro, he wants to send that deeper. You want to send a free ball deep to the back row. He essentially set up Pensauken's middle hitter. I don't know if this is it here. And we were fortunate to get that point because it was really they're kind of scrambling here. They're out of their system. That's not their setter. Right, so now here's Jimmy Zingaro. Now this is called a free ball because you're not attacking it at the other team. So you want to send that deeper. He sends it high, and he sets up their middle hitter right there with a perfect set who just hits it long. You know, so that's something, you know, you don't want a free ball, but it's going to happen. You're going to have free balls. You want to send that deeper, though, so not set up the other team. But anyway, they get the point, they get the win. And yeah, like you said, they came out a little rusty. Pennsauken jumped on them early, but they battled back.
Talk about what Kevin Stubbs was able to do from the serve position. That kind of really turned the tide around in Sterling's favor.
Yeah, they were sort of back and forth, and I don't know if Kevin got the ball, if they were tied or if they were down a point or two. But Kevin went on a real nice run. I don't think he was targeting. He seemed to be targeting. I think it was number 4 in the back row. He had 3 balls, well served balls right to number 4. The one he just let go because I guess he thought he was going out. But the other 2 he couldn't pass, and then he went. I think it was number 11 was in the middle. So I don't know how many points he scored on that run, but really kind of. You're right. Put the game in control.
Yeah, it was 5 or 6. And I mean, up to that point, Sterling might have been tied, might have been ahead by 1, but that was the first time they really pulled away. And it was a good thing because when Sterling was at game point, Pennsauken, kind of came back to life, got a couple points, and ultimately what we saw, Sterling was able to get the win. Now we're going to game number 2. Interesting to see how this comes about. And again, both teams in game number 1, Matt, had some giveaways. There was some sloppy play along the way.
Yeah, I think Sterling had 3 net violations. Pennsauken had 2, I think, as the game went on. Each setter had a double touch. A lot of serves that went out. So definitely things that you could definitely clean up.
Yeah.
But I mean, Sterling did show signs of a lot of talent on this team. When they got that good first pass and they were able to get some really good attacks. I haven't seen them really a whole lot defensively because Pennsauken hasn't had a whole lot of really like quality attacks. But Pensauken's played pretty well defensively. A couple of good blocks.
And I think if Pennsauken, if they could set up Wright and Brown, get them good sets, that's where you got a chance. I think to get some points. Those guys can really get up there and have had a couple real good hits. Obviously, Brown on that last one probably got a little excited, hit that one a little long, but you can see he's definitely talented and somebody they can count on. So Jimmy Zingaro is going to start things up from the serve position. Start things off here.
Just waiting on the, actually I don't know what we're waiting on. The down official usually checks the lineups, but he seems to have checked that already. I'm not sure what we're waiting on. The up official's got her arm up. Here we go, we're ready to go.
Zingaro with the serve. Brown taps it over to Wright. Good job by Sterling with Miranda and Mateo.
And I think this is a double touch that she lets go here. You see that ball spinning sideways. Might have let a net violation go. There's a lot going on that play, Mr. Schulz.
Zingaro hits it into the net. Pennsauken will get the point. Anderson Hang serving for Pennsauken. Nice serve, just barely above that net. There's the set over to Miranda. Good job by Orzechowski and Wright on the double block there, getting Pennsauken the point. Anderson Hang again, serving. There's a back set over to Tyler Weatherby. So he's going to get a good set here. Miranda. Sterling gets the point.
Yeah, again with a net violation on Pennsauken here. Looks like they're middle. Right there.
Kevin Stubbs serving for Sterling, who we talked about had a real nice run towards the end of that game number 1. We're going to get a set here to Wright in the middle. Taps it. Zaya Weck gets it over. Diving play there by Billy Lee from Pennsauken.
And he's just sort of gets it over, but puts it right in that middle, right in that campfire there.
Orzechowski playing basketball there for a little bit. Garrett gets the set over.
Josiah Weck unable to hit that over. Looked like a good set. Might have been pushed a little bit longer than he thought it was going.
Just didn't hit it square.
It's going outside.
Weck taps it over. Hang gets it. They're going to get a set from Orzechowski. Back to Hang.
That's a free ball there from Pennsauken. So you want to take advantage of this. Jimmy could go wherever he wanted with that set.
Mateo. Orzechowski taps it over. Good job by Zagaro. Keeping it going. Tap the Weck. He's going to just try to get it over.
Oh, man, there was a lot going on that play. She missed a couple of carries, and towards the end of this play, watch Pennsauken. If he hits the net before the ball goes over, before the ball hits the ground, that should be Sterling's point. That's a net violation before that ball hit the ground.
Orzechowski.
I'd have been arguing that call, Mr. Schultz.
Yeah, taps it over to Brown. Set to Orzechowski. Buries that. Nice diving play there by Sterling.
Yeah, Paul Barton does a nice job keeping this ball alive, just kind of throwing an arm out, keep it alive. But Mike Miranda, in his effort to put it back over the net, goes into the net there.
Orzechowski serves.
Not much he could do there.
Pennsauken, who in game number 2 is getting off to the same good start. They get off to game number 1, but they don't get that point. Mike Miranda on the serve. That's a nice job by Weck and Ciparone in the middle.
He's there for the block, but he's a little bit late. And it ends up on, actually.
Or Ciparone.
Okay. Yeah, he went straight up and then tried to go over. And he's a little bit late in going over the silver ball. When you go straight up, that ball hits your block, comes straight down in front of you.
I thought that went over the net. Taps it over.
Nope, that's a free ball there. That's a tough shot there. Can't believe he got that over. Such a tough angle. That's a better job by Jimmy Zingaro on that free ball.
Garo's going to set up Ciparone. Volley by both teams.
Oh, Sterling fortunate there. Pennsauken's in the net again. They were really kind of scrambling here. Pennsauken does a nice job here. Now Sterling is really scrambling for this ball, and Pennsauken hits the net there. So Sterling fortunate to get that point. A lot of sloppy play here. A lot of net violations.
Mike Hanna serving for Sterling. Gets the hit to Hang. Here's the set over to Brown. Brown had a lot of momentum.
Yeah.
Going into that one, really elevated.
Look, he's starting from the bleachers there. That block's a little far away from the net as well.
You think, does that have something to do with them having the net violations? Maybe they're backing off a little bit?
Maybe. There's those middle blockers again.
Yeah.
For Pennsauken doing a really nice job defensively.
And Brown here having a nice run. He had the one hit prior to this, and then there the block. There's a tap over to Figueroa. He's blocked there by Pennsauken. Cipollone taps it over. And Sterling's going to get the point. Move within 4.
Heads up play there by Cipollone. Ball goes out to Miss Stepash out there. Come on, Miss Stepash. You gotta be on your game. I don't know if she's still out there. She was out there before the game.
Josiah Weck serving for Sterling.
A little indecision on Pennsauken. I don't know if they weren't sure who was going to get that or if they thought maybe it was going out and changed their mind. It looked to me like it might be going out, but we'll never know.
We will never know is right.
So again, this has the feel of what Kevin Stubb started off doing in game 1. You know, a couple of serves that Pennsauken just couldn't handle, like, you know, let bounce. That's who I'd be going after right there, 15. Nothing personal against him, but watching his body language, it doesn't look like he wants to be back there. He's kind of
keep going.
He's really close to the line, as if, you know, don't serve to me, serve it to the middle guy. I could be reading that wrong, but
no, you're right. Wow,
that one was out there.
But it's amazing with the good serves. You almost, with something like that, you're taking everybody out of the equation for 5 different volleys. You're just hitting it to one point. It's the server.
If you can do that, it's a hard thing to do. I was fortunate to have girls that could do that, and
be accurate.
Yeah, we were able to, you know, I won't say pick on kids, but do what you got to do to score a point.
You do.
We have a whistle. She called 4 hits. Let me see here. 1, 2. Well, I don't know what happened. Oh, maybe she said number 4. That's what she said. Number 4 did something. I didn't see it.
Wojciechowski sets up Brown, and they're not able to handle. Brown's really come on in this game, getting a lot of key points here for.
And he's doing things right there. He's a right side hitter. He's doing things from different sides of the court. The one where he started, I was joking, said he started from the bleachers. That was from the left-hand side, the outside position. Then he had that block in the middle, and now he's right side. So he's playing all 3 hitting positions.
Garrow buries that one, but it's going to go a little bit long.
So a little indecisiveness by the Pennsauken line judge. Get a better look at this one here. Let's see. Yeah, I think he's probably right, just a little bit long. I have to remind Mr. Schultz, as this play is a point for Pennsauken, that there is a cough button on your microphone stand.
Too far away from me.
Pennsauken out to a 13-9 lead here, and with the serve here in game 2.
Well, give credit to Pennsauken. Sterling got close with Josiah Weck in serve position, but they've come back to pull away, be up by 4.
That's a nice job by Hannah. That was a really tough pass to get there, and Hannah with a nice back set to the middle.
And at a time when Sterling definitely needed a point with Pennsauken, kind of grabbing the momentum going on about a 4-point run.
Yeah.
Jim Zagaro serving.
That was a double touch as well. Sterling gets the point anyway.
Garrett serving again. Sterling within 2. But we're not going to get within 1. Anderson Hanks serving for Pennsauken.
Double hit on this. I didn't see this. I was shielded from by the cameraman. Oh, okay, yeah, that's a good call. Pennsauken going on a little bit of a run here, opening up a 5-point lead.
Hang again, serving for Pennsauken. Yeah, I think Strong needed a timeout
yeah, I think
right
it's a good
there.
Timeout. I think you're right, Mr. Schulz.
Anderson Hang there doing a great job from the serve position. And again, our next event here on Channel 19 is tomorrow, Wednesday, April 28th. Girls lacrosse, 3:45. Sterling going to go against Collingswood. It's going to be live on Channel 19 and also live on YouTube. So Thursday, we're going to have lacrosse against Highland. I believe that'll be boys lacrosse.
Boys, yeah.
Against Highland, live on Channel 19, again on YouTube, again live. So a good opportunity for everybody to see that as we look at this Sterling team. Just right now, don't have an answer for probably 3 different runs from Pennsauken, and Pensauken's looking good, looking like they could possibly pull away at this point.
Yeah, and unable to get that run of their own that they got in game 1. Struggling a little bit with serve receive, getting that good first pass off of the serve. Happens all the time there, Kev. Out of a timeout, the other team serves the ball out. Happens all the time, and that's good use of the cough button there.
Yep.
Probably went unnoticed.
Good technical analysis on both ends. This is an opportunity. Kevin Stubbs went on a nice run from the serve position that got Sterling back into it, so he's very capable of going on a 5 or 6 point run. Gets the point right there.
Let's see where they end up here. They're down 16-12 when he got the serve.
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
It's kind of how this game's been going.
Yeah.
You're waiting for Sterling to go on that run. I think they might have had one of them, but they've come up short. Wojciechowski.
Sterling used to get a good hit off of this. Little Mike Miranda. Get up. Get up to try and block that. Yeah, Sterling got a good pass, good set. They just not a great hit on that attack, and then you want to try and get up and block that ball that's close to the net or put it down.
Wojciechowski serving with that left hand. Put it right to the right spot. Sterling had no answer. I would say Pennsauken probably has their biggest lead right now, up by 6 late in this game. Here's the set over to Weck. Boy, that's one.
And that's a good point from Sterling. Early on and right before where we're looking at there, Jimmy Zingaro kind of had to save a ball and run it across the court. And they were kind of scrambling. They're very fortunate to get that point.
Mike Miranda serving for Sterling.
It's a free ball. You want to take advantage of this?
There's the set over. Kyle Simmer has to kind of reach back. I'll get a good set here. Josiah Weck, he's going to hit it long.
Now let's take a look at this one. Again, some indecision by the Pennsauken line judge. I've always hated that you have to have, players officiating games. And that ball to me looked like it caught the line.
Wow.
So, and the line is in volleyball. But
oh, there's a break for Sterling.
well, you know something I noticed here, Mr. Schulz, nothing to do with volleyball. Right here. Little plug for TV 19, and I saw the next game coming up there, the lacrosse game against the girls lacrosse game on Wednesday. There it is right there.
Nice. Good work by you.
Well, it's the little things I notice,
Like, twist that arm to pat it on the back before you lift your arm up there.
There's Hannah going right side. Sterling able to get the point, and this is that rotation where Jimmy Zangaro's outside, and that's Josiah Wecht, who's usually outside. He's playing right side right there.
Michael Hannah serving for Sterling. They're going to let that one go.
Yeah, that was a good call. That was out.
Yeah.
It was close. It was out. You see that point before.
Set over to Zagaro. He taps it. Kind of sensed the double block was right in front of him. They're going to get a set. Cimarron in the middle. Taps it over to the. Call that a campfire?
No, that would be almost a tip to 4, but the outside wasn't. The outside was there. He just wasn't playing good defense. He was up at the net. He should be back a little bit, anticipating that tip.
I knew that. I was just making sure you were paying attention.
Yeah, well, if he's going to be at the net, then go block. But otherwise, you need to drop back and play defense.
Wecht. Brown. Good quick hit by Brown.
Yeah, and he was actually a front row player, so he's allowed to hit that ball in front of the attack line.
And Jimmy Zagaro gets up high and just buries that one.
And that's, you know, Jimmy Zangaro is a setter, but when he's in front row, he's a hitter. And you see why.
Wecht serving. Here's the set in the middle. Brown again just taps it over. Here's the set at far side. Brown's just taking over. Almost looked like a little bit of a carry there.
Yeah,
get a look
again,
at
I was
this.
blocked. Let me see the replay here. Nah, not a carry.
Nah. From far away.
But between, you know, Wright had a really good first game up at the net, and Brown has just been dominant in this second
Yeah,
game.
he really has.
And he's done it from all positions. He's really good defensively from the middle, but offensively, he's hit from all 3 positions. There's Zagaro, and I tell you what, I would keep feeding him right now. That's just 2 solid hits he's had from that right side position. And he's really, you know, right now for Pennsauken, I don't see him out there. He's number 16 is their outside hitter. I don't even have a 16 on their roster, so I don't know his name, but he's really not doing a good job defensively setting up that block. So I keep going to Zagaro.
Turn around, shot there. Brown there in the middle. Big shot, just kind of reaching back. Tank gets that one. And Miranda just buries that one. That's a big point for Sterling, dude.
Yeah, Sterling waking up
too.
in the latter parts of this game too.
Sterling with the serve. Wow, almost a net violation. Kind of pulled back. Good job there by Miranda.
You're going to get a timeout from Pennsauken as Sterling pulls to within 1, down 22-21 here in game 2.
Good control over his body there, Miranda. Just went up, tapped it over,
Yeah.
and got a big point. And this is kind of like this is a little bit later in the game, but Sterling went on that late run in game 1 on a back and forth game, and they look like they're kind of coming to life here. We see Coach Bill Scully talking to his guys. Jim Zagaro doing a nice job on those hits to the near side, really elevating and finding the open areas.
And the nice thing about this system, they run a 6-2, so you have 2 setters. Your setter is always in the back row, so your setter is always in the back right-hand position. But Jimmy Zangaro is a front row player right now. He's a right side hitter. So if the setter somehow hits that first ball, now he can become the setter and set either your outside or your middle.
Back set. Just kind of put Brown in a little bit of an awkward position there.
Yeah.
Sterling ties things up at 22.
It's a free ball.
Here's a
There
good
you go.
set. And wow, what a job of Zagaro reading what's happening in front of him.
He was. That set was a little bit too high for him, but you notice this number 16 here is their outside hitter. He does not set up a block at all. There's nothing there. And Brown almost came on the other side of him to block.
Sterling with a chance to win this game, which really is amazing considering how everything transpired up to this point.
Yes.
Pennsauken definitely needs a timeout at this point.
You know what? I feel bad. There is a number 16 here. That's Daniel Mack. I hate this when the numbers are not in order. That drives me crazy. But here's that last point, and again, just kind of hitting the net and rolling over there. Tough ball to handle there.
What do you think's been the biggest difference in Sterling? Coming back and now eventually pulling away with a chance to win.
Yeah, well, I think Zingaro had a couple nice kills early on, and it all starts. I know I say this all the time, but it all starts with that good first pass. You get Hannah the ball, and he doesn't have to work too hard for it. He can go wherever he wants to go, and I think they've identified that. They're really not getting Pensauken's really not getting a good double block on Zingaro there, because that outside hitter, number 16, is really not setting up the block, and Brown's not able to come over and double block that. So Jimmy Zingaro's able to have a field day over there.
Paul Barton serving with Sterling with a chance to win this one.
Brown goes into the net.
Sterling.
That's one of those 50-50 balls, and Brown ended up winning that because it ended up on Sterling's side, but the play wasn't over, and he ran into the net.
Yeah, a little bit of a quirky way to end it.
Right here, yep, and then he almost limboed. If he would have stayed under it and not hit it with his chin there, it would have been legal, as long as his foot didn't cross the line, but he didn't. And Sterling ends up winning the game and the match.
Yeah, what a job. Sterling coming back towards the end in both games. In this game, boy, really came to life at the end of the game where Pennsauken kind of dominated the whole way through. But kudos to Sterling. We're going to step away and be back with the post-game show in a couple minutes.
Oh my God, what a loser. He's so annoying.
Looking at the story, you'll know by the story the first few lines. We're talking about that paragraph again in the story.
You know what? I'm done. That's it, Teach. I quit. I'm done! You know what? I'm gonna stay in school.
People are oblivious to the facts and supportive of the fiction. What should you believe? Believe the facts. COVID-19 is a real problem, and here's how you can do your part. Social distancing works. 6 feet apart from everyone. Proper mask placement prevents the virus from getting in and out, and lets you breathe normally. And if you're not near a sink, you can use hand sanitizer to kill the virus before it can keep spreading. But whenever you can, wash your hands. Soap, water, happy birthday. You know the drill. Let's help each other get through this. Stay safe, stay healthy, and go to cdc.gov for more information.
welcome back to Sterling High School, where the Sterling boys volleyball team was able to beat Pennsauken here 2-0. We're going to join Kevin Schulz, who is courtside with today's stars of the game.
Thanks, Matt. We're here with Kevin Stubbs, and boy, Kevin, it's good to see the way you guys played towards the end of the games, and you in particular. Walk us through what you were able to do towards the end of game number 1 to get your team ahead with those serves.
Well, I saw that we were down. I saw that the opponent had a weak backward player in the back of their court. So I saw his passes weren't that good. So I kept serving to him over and over again. Got us a couple of points, got the run, got the W.
So you identified that, you hit your spot. You know, I guess there's different ways you can practice the serve, a hard serve, but do you practice that, getting that to spots in practice a lot?
Yeah, I practice that serve every single day. Every practice I serve like that. I did mess up a couple times because I tried jumping with it to make it harder, but it's happened sometimes, so it's whatever.
And, you know, we talk about this crazy year with the COVID. You in particular, having that wrestling season squeezed in, and then volleyball now. Talk about your feelings of that and how great it is to be out here.
Yeah, it's a lot different from a regular season, because in the regular season, there would be like a break period where I could rest a little bit, collect myself, but this year we jumped right into volleyball, so there was a point where I went back and forth from practice to practice. But it feels good to be out here and at least play, so that's good. Well,
Kev, you did a great job today, and Kev, thanks for coming on with us, and best of luck the rest of the way, pal.
Thank you.
Okay. And Jimmy Zagaro, another guy coming off a sport and getting to this. You had a little bit of a break, though. He would been wrestling into this. But talk about what you guys were able to, you in particular, either setting up or getting some good hits. Is the team starting to gel, starting to communicate a little bit better as the year is going on?
Yeah, for sure. We play together. We're all friends. Like, we have good chemistry. As in, like, yesterday was a rough game, and we kind of needed it. We needed to see we needed to see where we were at. And we took a loss yesterday, came back. All we wanted to do was win today. And we got the job done.
And Jimmy, you obviously you play basketball. Now I don't know this. Do you play club?
No.
Outside, you don't play club.
No,
okay.
That's during basketball season, so I can't play club.
Gotcha. Okay, that's what I figured with everything with basketball. So, because what we were saying was a lot of these kids play club, which they might not have been able to do this year coming into the season.
Yeah, like, I think we have like 5 club volleyball players, which helped. But like you said, they weren't able to play this season. But I mean, it gave them a little bit more experience, which helped us as a team. They can lead us, show us what to do. So that helped.
And the other thing we noticed about your team, winning 2-0, but it seems like you guys were sluggish in the early part of both of those wins.
Yeah.
What really brought you to life towards the end?
I think that actually shows like what kind of team we are. Like we're not one. We might not be the most talented team that we're going to play against, but we're not going to give up, and that's like kind of how we all are. So we didn't give up. We came back and we won both games.
Is that where you just, if somebody has a bad hit, serves in the net, you just pick each other up?
Yeah, we pick each other up. Like I said, we're all brothers out here, so we got each other's back all the time.
And you being a basketball player, and it's obvious, you're talking about teamwork. Does what you do on the basketball court, obviously you're a point guard. Yeah. You basically are the floor general out there. Mm-hmm. Do you bring a little bit of that on here from a mental standpoint?
Yeah, especially being a setter. Like I got to know all my teammates, how where they want the ball to hit it. So it helps knowing everyone and like being a leader out there. Got to make sure I'm picking everyone up. But that's just, I like doing that. I like being in the leadership role.
Yeah, you did a great job out there, pal. Well, thanks for coming on with us, Jim, and best of luck the rest of the way. Coach Bill Scully.
Hey.
Going right from one to the other, overlapping in the two girls' sports.
Yes, girls' season finished, guys' season underway.
Yeah, well, you had to be happy, obviously, coming away with the win, and we talked to the players about, especially Jimmy, about the slow start your team seemed to have, but obviously you came on. From a coach's standpoint, why do you think you guys kind of start off a little sluggish?
I think, well, we don't have any seniors.
Yeah.
All these guys predominantly are juniors and sophomores. So not having a season last year, 3 weeks of practice, weren't able to get a we weren't able to get a scrimmage. So we kind of got to still find our niche, find our roles. But they're coming along. They're coming along smart. They're working hard together, which is at this point all I need them to do right now.
Right. Now, the other thing we talked about, Matt and I were talking about this year with the whole COVID thing, there probably wasn't a lot of club volleyball going on in the fall. Has that had an effect on your team, do you think?
A little. We have about 5 guys who did play club, and they were limited, of course. But what they bring to the court is mentoring to the guys who are relatively new. Yeah. We have some upperclassmen that have never played, or they were with us last year for a very short amount of time. So those guys have a great job, are doing a great job in just reminding guys where to stand and the nuances and working on their mechanics, kind of tutoring them up, if you will, with the good habits. So I'm grateful for them and working outside of the high school.
Yeah, I guess that's a huge benefit to you, especially with things just coming together so quickly. Almost like having some assistant coaches out on the court with you.
Yeah, it's a great thing. Today we had a game plan, and what I was most proud today was we kind of stumbled at times, but they didn't put their head down. They stuck together. They were motivated all times. Nothing was negative. They were all positive, and that's the mantra we're trying to follow. No matter what happens, if we're going to go down, we're going to go down swinging. But they pulled it out today, and I'm most proud of the way they did it, sticking together.
Yeah, and it's funny, you gave that same, you were probably over there and didn't hear him, but Jimmy Zangaro had the same read on what happened and how it had to do with a lot of the mental part of the game and not letting anybody get down.
Yeah, we struggled a little yesterday, and so it was a great bounce-back game. Pennsauken always plays us tough, and I was just glad to see that they were doing the right things, playing within themselves, executing the plan that we had laid out pre-game, making some adjustments to the lineups, and they pulled it out. And it was a fantastic victory to start the season. Well, second game in, but our first victory. So.
And Bill, one last thing we always ask you is, or any coach, is what's ahead for you guys in the short term? What's ahead for you guys in the short term?
We have 2 more matches this week, 3 matches a week until the end of May, plus any additional matches they add to us. Our goal is to go after the division title and get a high seed in the state playoffs and continue the boys' legacy from, I guess, the 2019 squad that was unbelievable. And these guys want to live up to that expectation. They know the history and the legacy of the boys' program as well as the girls' program, and they just want to do their part of continuing the tradition.
Well, it's a great job today, Bill, and thanks for coming on with us. Best of luck, pal.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
And we are going to just wrap this one up. Remember, tomorrow we're going to have lacrosse, girls lacrosse on Channel 19. Then Thursday, we'll have boys lacrosse on Channel 19, also live on YouTube. For Mr. K, the entire tech crew, Mr. McPherson, I'm Mr. Schultz. We'll see you next time on Channel 19.
Okay, kiddies, let's film a commercial.
With the COVID pandemic still going on, limiting the attendance of the people in the bleachers we sit in, we need a way to help bring the sports to them. This is where we come in. Tech Crew is as important as ever, and these are the people taking on this important job. We do important stuff for live coverages, home and away, recordings for your family, and college scouting. Important stuff, isn't it? But we need people to help with this important stuff. Who might that person be? Why, to make it simple, you! If you're interested, find Mr. K in room 201 to join the Tech Crew today.